I learned in Bavaria, in Bavarian, that if you have no idea what people are saying or what they're talking about, but they want whatever, you just say, genau. Genau. Yep, and just nod your head and all's good.
Chris Voss's trip to Bavaria was a memorable one, filled with fairy tale landscapes and German characters.
It was definitely a trip of a lifetime.
But more than a pleasure trip, Chris served as a kind of ambassador, volunteering over 70 hours in 3 weeks with the Bavarian Red Cross.
EMS is different, and to the Germans, it is very interesting to them that we don't have doctors on our call, and that paramedics and EMTs work pretty much autonomously.
The trip was over a decade in the making. Her host, Bernhard Klein, came to White Bear Lake from Bavaria to learn and observe fire and EMS procedures in 2009. Ron Hawkins organized a party in his honor and recruited Chris for help.
He called me up and said, "Chris, you have to come." And I said, "To what?" And he told me, and I said, "Why is that?" And he goes, "You're the only one who knows any German. We have a German guy coming here."
Chris and Bernhard kept in touch over the years. He continued to urge her visit to Germany. In addition to first response calls, she took part in mountain and water rescues and prepared a presentation to show Bavarians the tools and techniques of White Bear Lake EMS. She even gained notoriety when an article in the local paper featured her story.
Rosenheim is I think it's about 90,000 people, and there I was in a color picture and an article about me, and the being able to see the Bavarian Red Cross.
Though she spent much of her time working, she took time exploring, overcoming some fears to take in all she could.
When I hiked up the mountain in Kufstein, Austria, in the Tyrol region there of Österreich, was really cool. I was terrified of the heights, but it was really, really neat to be able to do that. That was a really good day.
Chris, who's of German heritage, says she recognized a lot of herself in the German people.
I sometimes take a while to warm up to people, and a lot of the Bavarians, especially if they didn't speak a lot of English, would just kind of watch me for a day or so, and then all of a sudden it was like, I'm okay, I can be a friend, and things like that, and I do the same thing.
She did make friends, adding about 15 to Facebook. Though they didn't always understand each other, speaking a mix of German and English, there are some universal elements that bridge all language barriers, and until she can return someday,
Servus.